Welcome back to another episode with Mental Mommy. If this is your first time joining, hi, I'm Giovanna. I go by Mental Mommy, and Mental Mommy is here to help parents or individuals achieve stronger family dynamics by teaching parents and individuals how to manage stress and mental well-being that ends up leading to more positive interactions with children and family. So if this is your first time here, we want to welcome you. We also want to ask you to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel so that you will never miss a moment of this wisdom and knowledge that we have to share. So today's topic is going to be co-parenting. So as you know, or if this is your first time, I am a mom of 6 wonderful children in which I do co-parent. And so co-parenting can be such a tricky dynamic. However, it can also be great. In order to have a great co-parenting situation, the most important thing that I will always go back to is that you have to be mentally well. That means your mental health and your well-being need to be great. That means, what does that look like? Well, that looks like you taking care of yourself, you being true to yourself, you loving on yourself. And I want to stop there because I remember when I was struggling and going through so many things, people would say, you just need to love yourself. You don't love yourself enough. And nobody took the time to really tell me what that was. Every time I heard that, I literally would become annoyed because I'm like, well, what does it look like? What does it mean I don't love myself? Because technically, surface level, I love myself. And I love myself because I'm still pushing through. I'm still showing up every day. I'm still going to work. I'm still doing all the things I need to do. So how can anybody tell me I don't love myself? However, this season of my life, I realized loving myself looked like doing the things for myself that I wanted someone else to do for me, either as a child or as a partner. Whoa, I know that's a lot to take in. So I'm going to repeat it again. For me, loving myself meant that I would do the things for myself that I wanted possibly done for me as a child or done to me or given to me from a partner. All right. Yeah, that's a tough one to take in. So for me, I started loving myself more when I decided, hey, what is it that I actually like and want? Okay. So for me, I love flowers. So I said, okay, girl, I got you. You're going to buy yourself flowers every week. I don't have to wait on my partner to get me flowers. I don't have to worry about getting my flowers in a sense from my caregivers. I'm going to give it to myself. I'm going to nurture my inner child and love on her, the younger version of Giovanna, to make sure that she knows she is loved. And so I decided to do that. I decided to also date myself for lunch or take myself out to a meal once a week. I also decided that I would make sure that I'm putting my self-care in high priority, not over extending myself to others and doing what others needed me to do in crisis situations or in just being possibly codependent at times. I decided, hey, I'm going to put myself first. A no is a no, and a yes is a yes. And if I had to think about if it's something I wanted to do or didn't want to do, that meant it was going to be a no, which for me was hard. So when people say, you got to love yourself, you don't love yourself enough, it turned out to me to feel like and seem like, for me only, possibly, that I needed more boundaries and I needed to self boundary myself and I needed to make sure that I showed myself the love, the respect, the time, and the effort that I wanted from as a child, wanted from a partner, or was giving to others. So if you are in any type of interaction, and it doesn't even have to be co-parenting, but any interaction, making sure that you do the self-care and the self-love for yourself first allows you the opportunity to show up in a healthier version of yourself. And to be honest, this was hard because it was foreign. And not only was it foreign, it wasn't clear. The path to making sure I was mentally well or that I loved myself was never really clear because it was never anything that I was taught growing up or that I learned. So as a parent, I make sure now that I am buying my girls flowers and that I am allowing them to see me taking time for me and me saying, no, I'm not going to share this with you. No, I don't want to do that. And showing them essentially what boundaries look like and creating safe spaces. Because when you feel safe and you don't have to be in fight, flight, freeze, or fawn, which we'll get to later, which are your trauma responses, when you don't have to live in those and you don't have to, when you're at peace and you're happy, you move a lot differently. So, in order to be in any relationship or interaction that's healthy, even a co parenting one, you need to make sure that you are giving yourself love, that you're following your intuition, which I talked about in a previous episode, and that you are understanding what your boundaries are. So those are three things that I think are super, super important to a co-parenting situation and interaction. So once again, that's your intuition, your authenticity, and your boundaries. And making sure you love yourself. So that will be four. So once you have those things in place, then you're able to go and have those interactions. And at times, those co-parenting interactions are not the easiest because we have to think about that us as adults, if we have not gone through therapy, if we have not gone through healing, and if we've been used to toxic or traumatic situations, then our interactions with certain people may be that. However, you can create your own boundaries to know, I don't do toxic. I don't do the screaming. I don't do the hands on me. I don't do the blocking me and then deciding to unblock me and call me no caller ID all day. I don't do those things. So you're able to create those boundaries for yourself. And the more you are floating at a higher frequency because of the self work that you do for yourself, the better your co-parenting experiences can be. Just because you are good, however, does not guarantee that the other person is good. Because in the reality of life is that other people, everybody has to heal their own traumas and they have to maintain their own side of the road. And if you're maintaining yours, that's all you can do. The next thing you can do though is, for me, I pray and I speak life into situations. So I manifest what it is I want to see, who I want to have around me, how I want it to look. So you can do that in these co-parenting situations. If you don't like what you see, but you know it can be different, manifest that, visualize it, put your eyes on what it is you want to see and the type of interactions you want to have with your co-parent for your children. Because your children are constantly watching you and you are constantly an example for them. So my question to you would be, what example do you want to give to them? Do you want them to see you hollering? Do you want them to see you fussing? Or do you want them to see, even in tough times and dealing with difficult situations, my parent, whether it's my mom or dad or whoever, took the time to be calm. I saw them doing deep breaths. I saw them taking care of themselves. I saw them buying themselves flowers. What is it that you want your children to see and possibly be able to say about you? For me, I didn't know that. I didn't have that information early on. But as I became, hopefully, or for me, not even, but as I became a better co-parent, I started to move differently because I cared about myself. I had high self-worth for myself. I have a lot of self-care and love for myself because I give those things to myself. So in order to co-parent, my best advice would be to make sure that your side of the street is at the level that you would desire it to be. And no matter what someone else says, how nasty they can be, how rude they may be, allow your love for yourself to shine above that. Allow your kids to see that. Because if they see that, they will know what good is versus bad behavior. And so kids are really, really smart and they're really resilient. But most importantly, they take away so much from everyone's actions. So don't ever think, oh, well, they may see me being weak if I don't respond, or they may feel like someone's always getting over on me. Sometimes what you think your kids are going to see from especially from a negative perspective, that's not it. A negative perspective, that's not what they see. They see something totally great in you that you don't see in yourself. So once again, I want to challenge you as you move into healthier co-parenting situations to really focus on your intuition, focus on your authenticity, focus on your self-love, making sure you are nurtured and you're caring for yourself, because you can be no good to nobody if you're not taking care of yourself at every turn in every way. All right. Once again, this is Giovanna, Mental Mommy. I want to thank you for taking this time to sit with me through another conversation. It is my hope and desire that you will come back to another episode with me soon. Also, if you have any questions or if you have any topics that you would like for me to address, please feel free to put them in the comment section and I will go through there and I will start making videos and sharing my wisdom and my insights. Once again, Mental Mommy is here to help parents and individuals achieve stronger family dynamics by teaching how to manage stress and mental well-being, leading to more positive interactions with children and family. Thank you, and I appreciate you. See you soon.